No. What the fuck? Why Cheetos?
Cheetos. What kind of Cheetos?
All Cheetos are bad Cheetos.
He doesn't like Cheetos.
I kind of want to... So, episode 61 of the MoistyBoiz.
Episode 61 of the MoistyBoiz! Woo!
3 more.
Woo!
3 more. 3
more!
Okay, let's go to next week now.
Season 1, we do 64 episode seasons. We're near the end of season 1 of the MoistyVoice.
Get ready for the second arc.
We were figuring, a season should just be a year's worth of weeks with another dozen.
Yeah.
And that's about the best way to cut it.
Yeah.
No,
I can't think of a better system.
You go for a year, you go for like 10 more weeks, and then man, are they just going to stop making these at one point? And you don't. And when
you go 2 more, and then they're like, oh wow, they could have really cut it off at a clean bit, and you're like,
no,
now we're done with the season.
Fuck everything you know about Common Core counting. We like things.
I don't know anything about
nice,
Common Core counting.
You gotta end things off evenly.
You dodged a bullet.
Okay, all right, I dodged a bullet.
Yeah, we end things off abnormally, and that's what we like doing best.
Well, it's because as Common Core math will teach you, 64 equals 52.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's actually we went we're 21 or we're 19 over where we should be right now. Because episode 42 never stopped.
Speaking of dodging bullets, have either of you ever been stabbed?
Yes.
No, I have stabbed someone though.
I'm aware of that. We're not going to talk about that one. You having been stabbed by who and when? You did not.
No, sadly, it was not Michael.
That's my line. I'm sticking to it.
Would have been a good story if I had.
Yeah, that would have been a great story of just have either you been stabbed. No, but I've stabbed someone. Yes, been stabbed.
Who stabbed Michael?
It was at summer camp.
It's fair.
Kid was whittling.
Okay.
So yeah. So it's where you're taking a knife.
Yeah.
And
people know what whittling is. If they don't, they can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
It's snagged, and he decided, it'd be a good way to do this. Just
let it rip.
Just let it rip.
Beyblade
style. That motherfucking knife into me.
Nice.
How deep?
Did he?
What kind of knife was it? Was it just like a pocket knife? Like
no,
it was.
It's a pocket knife, but it's one of the special ones they sell at scout camps for far more than they should to get kids.
It's a really
sharp knife. Like this kind of one.
It was so about yay long, and then the blade was all the way to the length, so about that big.
So about 3-4 inch blade.
Yeah, it only went in like a half an inch.
Okay, that's a light
just
stabbing.
like fall out.
Did he get through
on my arm?
Did he get through the snag though? The important
yes, he
question.
did.
Oh, good. So, although the outcome wasn't what was expected, he did get the desired results.
Yes.
So
if you stab someone, you best damn sure finish the job that you started.
So
did you kill him?
He did it right.
What?
What's that threat?
Yeah, and then Michael revenge killed him.
Did you just murder a kid at summer camp?
Baby, you can't prove that.
Man, scout camp. It's crazy stuff.
Scout camp's not crazy stuff.
No laws at scout camp.
Yeah.
The police actually have no power there.
They don't actually.
They do not.
More
we would
oftentimes
catch
than
so
not,
many
it's
more
on
pedos if they did.
Yeah, no. More oftentimes than not, you are far enough away from civilization that they can't get to you. Like, let's say maybe you're on an island. You're surrounded by water. They've got nowhere to go. What are they going to do? Call the cops that aren't on the island?
Is that how Lord of the Flies started? Was it just a scout camp at first?
Yes.
The parents just forgot to pick them up.
Forgot.
Yeah, it's intentional.
Here's our scout camp on this, unreachable, inhabited island out in the Pacific.
So why do you ask about the stabbings? Have you been stabbed recently?
Not recently, no.
Okay.
I've had more people threatening me recently.
You've been playing Dota, though.
You're gauging it. You're like,
you're playing Dota. That's not an excuse.
You're like,
it's been outside of Dota. No, the one time I've only ever been stabbed was after they told me I'm going to stab you.
At least you were ready. You had to.
I wasn't ready for it because every time someone says Connor, I'm going to stab you, it's okay. And then
you laugh it off, and then they stab you.
I was not prepared.
Well, that's on you then.
It was on me, but I mean,
the
people have been using that line more lately, and ever since, I'm way more cautious about it.
You're like, wait, are you? Because I can tighten up. I can be ready. I can get in a power stance.
You don't want to tighten up. That's how you cut more muscle. You want to loosen up, it'll go between
them.
Hold on,
let me take it to go in, and then you tighten up so you can steal the knife.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Rip it out of their grip.
Yeah, that's what they teach you in, the...
Scout camp.
Yeah, scout camp. If you're attacked with a knife, let them stab you. and then
You
use
can
your
disarm
core
it.
Attack
strength.
with the knife. First noodle. Just like
Go limp,
loosen
let it get all the way in.
It's a-
Fucking let it in, and then boom, cinch up. That motherfucker's not getting out.
And then
You now have the knife. They're unarmed. You have the advantage at this point.
You have two options: one, take it out and bleed out, but stab them; or two, leave it in and be
Go
a
for the
bitch.
hug. Two, go for the hug and
Go
try
for
to
the
impale
hug
them.
hurts you again.
No.
The handle doesn't impale people. That isn't how that works.
It does.
it's double-sided knife.
No.
They're like holding it by the middle,
You're not
trying to work it into
Anything
you.
can impale someone if you push hard enough.
That is true.
Not that knife. No, it's actually going to go through you before it enters them.
But not if you tighten
Not
hard
if you're
enough.
tightened your core enough. It's not fucking moving.
You don't have that tight a core. You're gonna tear yourself in half.
Alright, so what you do, you use your whittling skills, you turn the handle of that knife into a spear.
It's a fucking metal knife.
You use your whittling skills.
What are you? Some kind of like?
You take your water
Blacksmith?
cutter out, and you just fucking...
No, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna use my water cutter and not stab you with it. I'm gonna stick
Whittle down this handle.
And then just hug you.
I feel like if I had access
Instead
to
of
a
cut
water
you
cutter,
into
I would
8
shoot the
easy
water
to
cutter
manage
at them.
pieces.
Still, you have a water cutter. You just shoot that at them and call it done.
Speaking of scouts and pedos, Elon Musk, that's just his go-to thing with anyone he doesn't
That
like.
was okay. No, that's way too.
If you don't like
the first
them,
time
they're
he's
a
used
pedo.
it.
Yeah, but I want
You
to
don't get
imagine. I want to imagine that's just his thing.
I'm
Like-
on Musk's side here,
and
although
this-
there's no side to be had. There's actually no justification for what he said.
Yeah,
No, it's-
at all. It was just
there
pure
is,
impulse.
There is. And that's he got molested at a scout camp once.
You know what? There
Maybe
it is.
he got molested and
He
stabbed. and
was
did the reverse.
South Africa, right? He's from South Africa.
Yeah.
So yeah, just got molested in South Africa.
So it's pedos are bad people. Therefore, all bad people are pedos. That's Elon Musk's logic.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So if you're like, hey
circular
Elon,
logic.
you didn't help those people, he's like,
There's-
shut up,
there's
you
pedophile.
fuck children.
No, it's like Elon. you didn't
No.
help
Okay,
those
I'm gonna
people.
step in, and if you want to say whatever you're gonna say, fuck off, because that is actually very not at all an appropriate representation of the
No,
situation.
he just like casually called someone a pedo for no
that
reason.
could happen, but what you said triggered it is completely wrong.
What?
The guy that he was conversing with actually just was not involved with the dive rescue.
Yeah, no, he was useless.
The person, yeah,
He was just some dude who was like,
he was
Elon
just
Musk,
some
your
guy.
sub did nothing. And he was like, okay.
He was some official or another in Thailand that's like, hey, we don't want your sub because it's too small, blah, blah, blah. Elon Musk took the comment wrong, called him a pedo, which was bullshit.
Super weird.
But it was, like, what the guy said actually just was completely irrelevant because he had actually less bearing on the situation than Musk, who was on site working with the divers
it was
trying
like
to get a solution.
Some random dude was just like, well, according to the marshal or the police chief or whatever, you didn't do anything. And Elon was like, actually, that guy's not even what you think
that
he
guy
is.
wasn't even
He's just
fucking
some
involved.
like dude from like 10 years ago who like played you. And by the way, we report to the actual person and like showed his email correspondence.
Like gave the entire correspondence. Is like,
which
hey,
I feel like something in
fuck
there
you
probably
guys.
shouldn't have been like disclosed, but you know, he can afford those kinds of
If
mistakes.
everybody's open about everything, no one has a problem with anything.
Go away, NSA.
Just reveal it all. Put everything out there. Credit card numbers,
Routing numbers.
Hillary Clinton's
Your mother's maiden name.
like femur length. We could use that.
Well, the 24 digits on your credit card, the 3 digits on the back, and
Useful
the expiration
things.
date.
How could we use that?
You
No,
can.
I don't know.
Well,
Hey,
here's the
if
thing.
anybody has an idea on how to use those numbers,
No,
send us
Hillary
an email
Clinton's
at
femur
moistyvoice@gmail.com.
Fuck those numbers. No, that is obvious. I'm talking about Hillary Clinton's femur length. How the fuck did we use that information?
Targeted advertising.
Find anything that she has. Like,
I bet she
get
doesn't
it to
know.
her phone.
You
If
sell
ever-
that to someone who runs ads, and suddenly all of the ads on Hillary Clinton's Facebook is having a 29.7 centimeter femur getting you down, and she's like, "Oh shit, it is."
Oh man.
I
Did
don't-
you know all people who have a 29.7-inch femur or oh shit
Oh,
centimeter femur
Wait,
lose
actually,
all elections?
Maybe that's more realistic. Where's
It's
the
more
femur?
realistic,
Is this
but
the
it's-
femur?
I hope so. Yeah, this is a femur.
Send us a diagram
It's the
of the
femur.
human skeleton at MoistyBoiz.
Okay, hey Michael, is there something your bones connect to here?
No, it's just
you're like
a
your ribs
plate,
just
right?
come together,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They don't
Beautiful
touch.
membrane. Yeah,
So
the ribs
there's-
do not touch.
Dude,
it's
it's
just
been
tight-knit
popping
muscles.
like crazy. Like it's a joint recently. It's been all
No,
pain
it's
and
tight
crack
knit
and
muscles
pop.
and mucus that fit in there. So
You
it's
got
not going to
fluid.
be popping.
It's been cracking. It's been making every noise, bro.
He's like a Rice Krispie. He's
It's
like
here.
a Rice
It's not
Krispie.
like on the rib, unless like the tip of the rib is damaged. And
Rib
just
tip.
Pop, pip, pop, pop, pip, pop, pop.
Oh, that would be like the worst
Or
place
you
to
have
break
like
the
some
rib.
like I don't know, an air bubble trapped in there.
It hurts to breathe sometimes.
Yeah, I think you've got an air bubble trapped inside your
If
chest.
I turn
You got,
too
like,
fast, there's a very sharp pain that doesn't go away for a number of minutes.
That sounds like it's air related. Something
I always knew
tells
air
me.
would fuck me. One of these days.
There's just too much of it not to.
I'm worried it's the chalky milk that got on my lungs finally coming back at me.
Wait, did you?
It's resurfacing.
I accidentally
Oh,
just drank chalky milk into my lungs at one point.
Well,
A
okay,
lot
I've
of
done
it.
that with Gatorade, so
Well, that's good. You
But
got the
that's just a-
electrolytes.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, I don't know.
Now your
It's-
lungs are gonna get so hydrated.
they're gonna start giving 110%.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with this. That's actually in like those sci-fi shows and movies where it's like the oxygenated fluid in the mech. It's just Gatorade.
Yeah, no,
It's
it
just
seems so-
100%
You go watch
Gatorade.
Pacific Rim and you see the fluid that's getting poured inside the robots. That's just Gatorade.
Yeah, it helps the pilot.
Going back to Elon Musk.
Yeah.
He makes
yeah, a
robots,
lot
right?
of like Twitter was actually just fucking trying to demolish him. They were attacking all aspects of his character because everyone latched onto the one guy who took the other guy's comment of Elon Musk isn't actually doing anything. He's just there for publicity.
Mhm.
And everyone just went off on that, which was kind of frustrating because it was very much the just sheep effect.
He's
And I
also
hate
just
seeing that.
very much taking like we talked about it earlier and probably even this year about how he's gonna be like the crazy rich dude who just does crazy things because it's whatever.
Mhm.
That's what
But
I would do.
he's like early sociopath lately. Like
Oh, yeah.
he's falling
He made
apart.
fucking
It's
flamethrowers
happening.
and just distributed them to people.
They're
That
like
doesn't
closer
worry
to
me.
butane lighters. He actually couldn't sell any weaponized flamethrowers.
Oh,
but
no,
he
I
did
know,
give
I know, I
instructions
know.
to make them stronger.
Oh yeah, I know about that.
But like you could tell his sanity is not in the best shape publicly right now. Whether privately it is or not, his actions are suggesting that
Is he still
things
with
aren't
Grimes?
going well.
What?
Is he still what?
With Grimes?
I don't know.
Who's Grimes?
She's an artist. She's very grunge. They were dating for a bit.
Maybe?
Never heard of her until now.
We talked about it before.
We talked about it on the podcast.
I've
Oh my
never
God.
heard about it.
Yes,
until
you
now.
did, motherfucker. You haven't remembered
You can't
it.
prove anything.
Yes, I can.
Show me the footage.
I have the footage. I just went and deleted 480 gigs of footage.
Oh, man.
Show me the footage.
Oh, man, I cleaned the shit out of that hard drive, deleting all the RAWs.
So much
It
porn.
was so much space.
Yeah, I don't know. He's definitely worrying me because
I don't know. It's he was worrying.
he's
but
supposed
then
to be the
people on
last
Twitter
good guy.
were attacking him. They're like, "Hey, why the fuck you caring about this problem when there's so many other problems like Flint?" And
He's
then the
already
lead
doing
lady
the Flint
who's
thing.
working the Flint thing comes out and actually gives her correspondences with Musk. Is like, "Hey, we've actively been talking about this.
Yeah,
We're
like,
looking for a
he's-
solution."
a while ago he was like, I'm gonna fix Flint. Like he
He's
just woke
just-
up,
he's-
put on his pants, and was just like, you know what? And then he
You
just
know the world needs
Put on his
fixing.
pants, like spun his roulette wheel. All right, not SpaceX today. ... No kids trapped in a hole. ... Water crisis. All right.
Oh boy, here I go solving problems again.
Man,
because like some
money.
motor company, I can't remember which one, decided to just like drop their big old dick on the table in front of Elon and say, eat this, by getting a jump on the underground tunnels thing.
yeah.
So I think he's probably a little salty about that.
I would be too, to be honest. But I mean, despite all this, he's still actively, because I follow him on Twitter because it's definitely a great talking point, and also I enjoy what he retweets.
Oh yeah.
He like still goes out of his way to take time to just respond to regular fucking tweets of people talking about like Teslas.
See,
He's-
weirds me out is in terms of like what people
This
reacted
is just him
to.
working on his presidential campaign.
He can't. He's South
I know.
African.
He doesn't he own like some news thing or other?
He does not own any news outlets. He a while ago was getting mad at all the misrepresentation of media and how people skew facts and shit like that. He's just like, I'm gonna make my own media site called, I already forgot the name. And it's where like journalists can rate the integrity of stuff, and we all can just go on and be like, hey, is this real?
people are doing weird shit, like attacking the wages of his employees. They're like, he wants to save these people and go to space and fix Flint, but he doesn't want to pay this person in this factory $12 an hour. And I'm like, wrong time. Separate issue, like, sure, he probably should be doing that, but, like, why now?
It's honestly, I think I missed something at some point where there was just a huge social stigma of we hate Musk, and if we attack one point and then we're rebutted, we just attack something else, and we'll continue to jump to new points to attack until we get shut down.
Something.
It was the fiscal earnings phone call. The shareholders just are actually all of Twitter. And so now every time he does a thing, they're like, we remember that phone call where you were super weird and just like talked to your twink or whatever that guy's thing was. And they had something going on there. There was some tension on that call. Elon Musk has a personal boy servant.
I get where you're going. I see where you're trying to go with this. I don't get, like, why.
Runs into problems with his boy servant. 12 boys trapped in Thailand. Thank you, Santa Claus.
Are you saying...
Opens up the whole, this is an audition. Say something nice about me or I won't save you.
Are you sure it's a twink boy servant thing and it's not like a Batman situation?
I don't think it's a Batman situation.
It's his Robin that he fucks?
Well, so it's still just a Batman situation in that
Instead of doing Teslas, I'm just going to move to geothermal and any, like, ocean-type energies.
I mean, right now we've
and
got
I'm
him as
going to go
Batman.
evil way faster than he did.
He's just Wayne Enterprises at this point, and eventually he might just turn into LexCorp.
Who's Elon Musk's Joker?
I don't know. The liberal media?
Oh, shit. No, if Superman does happen, then he's definitely Gaby Luthor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, see, you can
we
see
fabricate
right now,
a Superman to push Elon that far?
So right now, Elon is Batman, and he's just slowly slipping into Lex Luthor.
Yeah, he's going from the Bruce Wayne scale, sliding into the Luthor end of that.
Anytime someone just gets on his level, or talks about something on his level, he slips into Luthor immediately.
Oh no,
to take them back down.
Yeah,
he's like, no, this is my perch.
He's coming. It's been getting more and more prominent recently.
It's like the first time it happened, he kind of shoved people around, like try to keep them off. And now whenever someone comes up to that perch, he's fucking ready with that baseball bat to sling them back down.
It's not even ready with a baseball bat. He's just got a gun.
Like, nope, you're dead now.
You made it this far. See ya, kid. Nothing personal. Other cool things that happened this week. Me and my friends pre-ordered enough of the new Ahsoka Funko Pop Confessions that we actually funded a full another season of the Clone Wars!
Woo! At least one season.
This is actually a really big thing.
So Clone Wars was originally going to be, fucking finished, and then they were like, Rebels. And so they just fucking stopped.
No, that's not how it happened.
It led into it, but no, they were going to keep going, and they hard fucking stopped.
They didn't stop.
They actually had the script for season 7 and 8 done.
Cartoon
Cartoon
Network dropped them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is they just fucking stopped because they had this other
The way you're saying it is that Disney was like,
no, it wasn't.
Just, no, Rebels.
No. But the decision makers chose to put a spotlight on Rebels rather than have two shows going.
The decision makers weren't the show makers. No,
yeah. But that happened, and it sucked.
So Clone Wars couldn't get finished, which was terrible. And then they eventually moved to Rebels, and
which has been good.
It's I've actually heard great things. They actually just announced that they're finishing Clone Wars finally, so we're getting at least one, hopefully 2 more seasons to wrap it up. The trailer they had for the announcement was dope. I loved it.
They did a really good job of keeping this under wraps too, because nobody expected this.
Yeah, and
I don't think even the diehard fans expected this.
I don't
think the studio working on it expected this.
Yeah, they're just like, wait, that's what we've been doing?
They were announcing like a Clone Wars mini festival at San Diego Comic-Con, and it's like, hey, come in all your cosplays and stuff. I think even the biggest fans were just like, oh, okay, it's just, representation for us, and we're just going to go and chill.
We need everyone to be dressed as Ahsoka for this shot.
I don't think a single person was, oh, this is the announcement of the Clone Wars. I think everyone gave up hope, and it's
a
so
long
cool
time
that
ago.
It came out like that.
They were
other shows that shouldn't have happened, Titans. So the live-action Titans show, which got moved around, is finally going to air on DC Universe. is the live-action Teen Titans show that they're making. That hit a lot of controversy way back when because Starfire is black and has weird hair. And that was the biggest point at the time.
Her powers are always flexible that if they're energy or lasers or fire.
It's all of them, man.
You can do whatever you want with it.
She's not orange, alright? Starfire should be orange.
Her hair's orange.
I don't want her white, I don't want her black, I want her orange.
Her hair's orange. There you
go. Raven is fucking terrible. She's way after Robin's dick. Robin is hard on the I am edgelord. And
you know what? I just realized my problem with Raven is she's totally what's her fuck from 13 Reasons Why. That is the mental image when I'm watching that Raven.
It's the haircut.
That is the performance.
It is the haircut, and that's the only thing.
The hair is killing me, but like that every thing that she does, that's why it bothered me so much, and it just hit me that's why. Because I hated that performance intensely because it's a bad show and nobody should support that show.
No, we're hard boycotting this. Titans looks terrible.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to
What's
whoever actors tried to
Batman
get their start here, but it's terrible.
Like, why fuck Batman?
Yeah, no, it's...
I have a bad
He comes down into this alleyway.
He pulled me out of the cave and fucked me.
He fucking, is saving somebody. There are 5 goons. He straight kills one, and the rest are like, where's Batman? And he just comes with this fuck Batman.
It's like, what?
God, man, I'm ranting. It's terrible. I fucking hate it. We had to address it, and I'm glad we did.
Beast Boy looks better than I thought he would. I'll give him that. It's a hard character to pull off no matter how you swing it, but he doesn't look terrible.
Unfuck Batman, because The Dark Knight is coming back to IMAX for its 10th anniversary in only 4 locations.
Cities.
One of them is San Fran.
Yeah, it's LA, San Francisco, New York, and somewhere in Texas. I forget.
But yeah,
probably
it's
Austin.
Really, really cool. I'm
sure
super bummed that none of them are in Arizona because I actually never caught it during its original theater run, and I was really hoping for this to be an opportunity.
I didn't either, actually. I only caught the first and third. Totally skipped over the second.
I saw the first and second. I didn't see the third.
Saved yourself a fucking bullet there.
I didn't dislike
still haven't seen the third all the way through.
Good.
It's only bad comparatively, but it's not god awful.
I will fight again. I think we've had this argument.
Yeah, I
hate The Dark Knight Rises.
Until the fight where Bane picks him up, breaks his back, and then Batman just shits all over him. And then he gets thrown into the sewage.
Yeah, that's amazing. Tom Hardy's fucking spectacular, and they did the whole spine breaking bit. That was the only good part of the movie.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, okay.
You saw the best part of the movie.
Yeah, that's kind of that's where I stopped watching.
Their Catwoman sucked, Anne Hathaway was shit. Fucking everything else sucked. It was trash, followed by a lot of trash. But Tom Hardy was cool.
I feel like no matter what the movie is, if Tom Hardy is in it,
Connor's just gonna go, everything else was trash, that was trash, the other actors were trash, but Tom Hardy was in it, so it was okay.
So I imagine it's gonna be in 2 months. It's gonna be, hey, Venom cast. Everything about was shit. Everybody was shit. Tom Hardy was it. He was great.
The second he turned into Venom, it was shit. But every time he was Tom Hardy, fantastic.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. Can't get enough.
I'm still on the edge though. I've rewatched a trailer a dozen times, and his voice is just weird. He's doing some accent that comes across
for the Venom trailer.
Yeah. I talked to other people about it, and actually no one else has seen it. Is that there for you? Am I crazy? Because no one else fucking.
I'd have to rewatch it because I feel like I remember that being a thing. I feel like
it's just computer after they're doing something to his voice.
I don't know. Maybe
I know they have to do something for his voice, but I don't know what it is.
I don't know what Tom Hardy's voice is because he's always putting
you ever see
on.
The Drop?
No, that would be it. Like when he's in interviews and stuff, that's Tom Hardy. But every character, he does something with his voice, and it makes it really hard to pin it.
He's
just
like
too perfect.
If Daniel Day-Lewis wasn't a piece of shit.
It's a pretty good.
That's like a statement you could say about a lot of people,
but especially Tom Hardy. He's just
all of his most formative roles have been different, audibly and visibly.
You think that Tom Hardy could be Daniel Day-Lewis in a biography or something?
100%.
In a biopic, I actually don't know that.
And a parody then.
Also 100%.
I'm trying to get Nick to concede to something at this point.
No, I don't know that Tom Hardy would win in a biopic performance. Because
he's not saying a contest. He's saying, can Tom Hardy do a biopic of Daniel Day-Lewis?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
That's a question.
Oh.
And that's why I was like really hesitant when you said no outright. I'm like, oh, geez.
I'm saying hard yes. If it was a contest,
he could,
but
I hope he
Daniel
doesn't.
Day-Lewis simply wins because of his experience, and that's the only movies he does.
Well, also just he does a really fantastic job of putting on characters who aren't characters, whereas Tom Hardy is amazing at putting on characters who are characters.
Yeah.
So I think that's where that kind of comes in.
Yeah.
Something else
in any
happened.
case, yeah, Dark Knight Rises. If you live in any of those 4 cities listed,
see it.
Go
IMAX.
catch it in IMAX.
It's gonna be
that's
great.
Super cool.
You're gonna hear all the things.
What other kind of movie stuff? ScarJo quit.
Oh yeah, so
we talked about that last week.
ScarJo was gonna play a transgender man who was a mafia boss, and it was a whole thing.
And there was a whole lot of
people shit on her, and her agent was like, "Why didn't you shit on literally anyone else, even in recent years? Why are you only shitting on ScarJo?" And that was our basic consensus on it. Was like, yeah, nobody gives a shit, but everyone hates ScarJo for some reason. And
she was white in an Asian movie.
I think it's 100% because of when there was that small bit where she almost was Mulan.
Oh yeah, that was a thing, wasn't it?
That was a thing, or it was a maybe thing. At this point, I can't remember whether or not there was actually just hard rumor. But there was, that one bit where she was almost Mulan in a live-action Disney film, and that was actually on the forefront of we need 100% pure representation for movies, and if they don't do 100% fucking Asian cast for Mulan, then we're boycotting it. Except Eddie Murphy, he can come back as a Black Dragon.
Black Dragon.
That was in every comment.
But
I think that's when the hate for her started.
Yeah, she just got mad shit on. Her and her agent were like, "Fuck you guys, what about this?" And people were like, "Fuck you, that's a deflection." And it's that's fair. And I will say, she did the right thing in terms of giving people who are not given enough opportunity an opportunity.
Yeah.
That she definitely took the high ground on it and didn't by any means have to. And I'm mad that she basically had to. And that nobody else has had to.
I'm frustrated that, she did have to back off the job.
But now the movie might not be happening because Scarlett Johansson sells movies.
Yeah, it actually might have just fully killed the movie, which I love is such a, fucking...
No.
They were sitting there trying to, we need actual representation for trans people, fuck ScarJo, but the movie was being made, at all. And now that she's off the project, it's just not happening.
Yeah. So
and it's killing
what's better?
any...
representation of a story about trans people, getting trans people's stories on the screen. An actual, but not by, a trans actor, or just fuck all.
There are so few trans movies, and they just killed another one because they didn't like the actress.
So just rewatch Danish Girl, I guess, because you didn't have a problem with that.
Rewatch Danish Girl. It's pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot. I saw it in theaters.
It's amazing, but nobody gave a shit then.
No one did, and
Jeffrey
it's solely
Tambor's
because it was because of Fantastic Beasts, and everyone fell in love with him.
They should have fell in love with him during Les Mis.
They should have.
Fucking good.
But they didn't, and I'm still mad because why fall in love with him in Fantastic Beasts when you can see that 5-second picture of Zoe Kravitz and instead fall in love with that?
Yeah.
What?
Zoe Kravitz is in Fantastic Beasts as a picture.
She's actually in the second one as an
sequel.
Actress, though. Which
so
we're not
excited.
saying because J.K. Rowling is terrible and Johnny Depp and blah, 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 and everybody's a hypocrite, and this entire fucking people that were attacking ScarJo were terrible.
J.K. Rowling has killed Harry Potter for so many people.
Oh, yeah.
By just her life.
Oh, yeah. Her life's work has been Harry Potter. And
no, she's just a piece of shit.
About Harry Potter are pissed with her.
She's just a piece of shit.
No, she is.
No, I mean, I know. Mm-hmm. Oh, I know. I got bored one day at work and read that fucking follow-up book to Harry Potter where his kid goes back in time.
You mean the play?
Yeah, the play.
That's not a book, and it's very clearly a play script that she just published because she didn't want to publish a book.
Yep.
Also, you can get double the money if you run a play and sell a book.
That's accurate.
Well, they can't even make a play out of it because the book didn't sell.
Yeah.
Yeah, the book fucking tanked. I remember seeing full displays of it everywhere that carried it from day 1 to day 100.
They never emptied.
We sold 2.
Exactly.
We sold 2. And I mean, that's not saying a lot considering we work at a DVD store.
But we sold so many of the complete 1 through 7 book collections.
Oh my god.
Can't sell a single copy of Cursed Child.
Fuck Cursed Child. Fuck J.K.
It's like
Rowling.
it's fucking cursed or something.
And I think we've gone over the rant against her before and what she's done wrong, so we don't need to retouch on that.
But yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that she's done bad, and she's kind of just killing her own franchise, and she's alienating everybody that tries to support her and fix her wronged actions.
You know what else doesn't need any support?
I was gonna go with, like, you know what else is shit writing?
Titans.
Okay.
I'm wondering what you're gonna land on.
The fact that some people don't know how to spell tether.
Oh, okay, yeah. We'll let you do your weird thing. So
Okay, so Michael's got a bit here.
So, Aliens Colonial Marines. It's an old fucking game.
Is that really, really shitty one?
Really, really bad one.
Really
Okay.
The really bad one made
Super
by
bad.
Gearbox, the people who made Borderlands. So,
yeah, wasn't there almost like a lawsuit over that?
There
over
was.
How bad it
Yeah.
was?
oh, there was.
Yeah.
So, the main problem with the game was that the fucking AI didn't work.
Okay.
There were scripted events that were supposed to happen,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes they just would not happen. So, like, aliens or marines just wouldn't do what they were supposed to, and you would be hard locked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you would have a soft lock, and you'd have to reset and hope it goes properly. So the reason why all that fucking shit was happening wasn't the fact that there was not good AI. It was the fact that in the configurable any file that's, like, comes with the game, like the one that's literally just a text document that tells the game how to open things up properly, they misspelled tether.
And that fucked the whole game?
And because it wasn't because it didn't have to get run through a compiler, it's just a text thing. It doesn't get compiled, it doesn't get double checked by anything. Literally the only way you could notice that this problem exists
is by reading all of the code.
Entire any file. And so what happened was it would go through and it was basically tether pawns to these bases. And because it wasn't tethering anything, the AI wasn't getting commands. So it wouldn't get commands based on where they should be standing. It wouldn't gain commands based on where the player was or where they were positioned in the environment.
How many instances of the word were wrong? Or was it just a single instance? It was just a very critical instance.
It was the first spelling of tether.
Oh no.
Was misspelled. So when it went through to check for all the other spellings of tether, they didn't exist.
I'm amazed that it took almost 5 years.
And it was what a modder did was someone just put out a mod saying that they fixed the AI. They completely went through, looked at all the code, and fixed the AI for this game.
It was just the typo fix.
And someone then opened it up and said, "Did you just change a single letter?" And he responded with yes. So people in quality assurance never got a version of the game without that typo error, since it's been in there since the day the code was written.
But they never had an issue wow, everything doesn't work.
They just the guy was
sucks.
just like, I guess my code sucks. And but we built the entire game around it, so we're gonna have to scrap the whole thing unless we.
This game is awful and everything's shit. Well, fuck. I mean, it's done, so we're not gonna fix it.
Yeah, and we got Borderlands 2 coming out. We can't give you any more people to help you with this.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so literally it was just a change.
How do people like the game now? Has anybody
people are saying it's a lot better. It's a lot fucking better. The AI actually moves it was supposed to. It would have been a good game. It would have been a passable game at launch.
It weren't for one letter.
If it wasn't for just one fucking letter. So
you know what might also not be a passable game at launch? Call of Cthulhu, which released their release date
October 30?
after E3 rather than just if they're releasing in October. You just get a stand at E3.
Yeah.
They actually lost so much fucking press and hype. My bias with the game aside, that's just a terrible fucking thing to do as a company. That doesn't make sense.
Actively working against yourself.
It was let's put ourselves at our worst fucking handicap and try to win.
Connor, it's Creative Interactive, right? That's making it?
I believe so.
Didn't they make Vampire?
I don't think so.
It looks like they could have been made by the same people.
I'm gonna check on this.
It's Cyanide Studios.
So Cyanide is doing Call of Cthulhu?
Yeah.
And Vampire...
The Vampire
was Don't Nod.
right then. That sells that. But yeah, we've talked about before, or at least I have, I think, 2 or 3 times. But Call of Cthulhu is actually releasing October 30th this year.
Hooray!
On, I think, PC, PS4, and Xbox One. So it's a cool, just narrative adventure Lovecraft story to play through. Seems interesting.
Could be great, could be awful, like all things Lovecraftian.
Could be great, will likely be bad.
Yeah, we talked about this, didn't we? Didn't we talk about the Call of Cthulhu people are the ones who made Styx into Shadow or whatever?
Yeah.
They also made Space Hulk, Deathwing, the Game of Thrones game.
Yeah, they've done a lot of shit.
Oh. Well, hey, at least they made a pro rugby manager.
Why is this all bad O's? Those have been good games. We like Space Hulk. Styx wasn't bad.
You're thinking Styx 2.
Yeah, if you're thinking Master of Shadows or whatever, I'll respect your opinion there.
I'm thinking Shard of Dreams.
They also Shard of Dreams?
They also did Styx 1.
Yeah.
And 2. They did Styx 1 and 2.
Oh, Blood Bowl 2.
Blood Bowl 2.
Those are things you like.
Blood Bowl.
I love Blood Bowl.
Why are these all bad O's?
No, that wasn't the bad O's. The bad O's were the Styx games, followed by Game of Thrones.
Somebody had to make it.
Hard cut from this bad vibe.
Let's get into
a
some
worse
good vibe.
Funko is making Fortnite pops.
Were they pops or were they figures?
It's merchandise. Okay. I assume it's going to be pops.
It's basically just generic. It's like generic heroes doing like frozen in place dances, right? That's what's happening in that.
They might do Dorbs.
They might do Dorbs, they might do Pops, they might do 5-star or whatever.
They've got so many things they can do.
They have way too many franchises to run it through. I'm almost positive will probably be Pops, so like do Ramirez and Shadow Ops and like whoever most popular skins from the season, like Omega or whatever. But I'm not excited for it.
Yeah.
It's going to sell, and I'm already sad that I know it's going to sell.
Well, it's kind of hard not to sell.
It is like one of the best doing things right now.
It is the best.
Except
Fortnite actually is so you had the greatest provider of viewers to Twitch.
Did we talk about how bad the Fortnite first tourney thingy went?
We did not.
Do you know about that?
I did not know about this.
Oh man, hold on. I want to get the numbers right on this because it's pretty bad. But keep shitting on Fortnite for a minute.
Because again, Fortnite as a tournament wouldn't work because it's just RNG drops.
Yeah. It's about how good you are with RNG. It works. How do you think Minecraft Hunger Games tournaments work, bro? Same shit.
I'm pretty sure those were pre-set up and you can't RNG those.
They were half RNG, but they're always rigged.
Yeah.
I knew which
just like the Hunger Games.
Oh, now it's a socio-political comment on fake world.
Yeah. A fake world whose environment and how it came to be was more interesting than the actual premises of the movies.
I know this is obviously not the person who wrote the Hunger Games, but I can't remember her name, so fuck you, Suzanne Collins. Because it's basically Twilight, right?
That was Stephanie Meyer.
Yeah, Suzanne Collins was Hunger Games.
Yeah. You got them backwards!
Oh, I got her though! I said the right person.
Yeah, you got
it. Wrong reason.
You said Stephanie Meyer. Did you ever see the Stephanie Meyer comic book?
You know what? She does stuff.
She did an autobiographical comic book about herself.
Does she still live in Arizona? We can go bother Stephanie Meyer. She's not popular enough that we can just go bother her.
There's no security anymore.
No, she's in her fucking autobiographical comic book. It's being narrated by a vampire who wants her to tell the true story of vampires.
Yeah, okay, that's weird. I don't give a shit about that if it makes money.
And then she looks in the palm of her hand, and her palm of her hand shapeshifts into Arizona with like the full lettering and everything. It's like, that's when I knew I had to move to Arizona.
I love representation of us.
So, Epic Games, obviously, they announced earlier this year $100 million in prize money. So they had a 500K tourney like last weekend.
Right.
And it was going to be, like, I think it was either fours. I think it was, what the hell? Yeah, I think it was a bunch of weird shit. So, oh god.
Are you talking about that Kevy 1 thing?
No, it's called the Summer Skirmish. And sorry, I really just do not give a shit about Fortnite, unfortunately. Despite enjoying playing it when I do play it, I just cannot be bothered to have interest in its life.
Right.
I'm very passive about it. So I'm probably going to fuck this up. We're going to go ahead and say, so it was a duos tournament, over 20 people, possibly over 40 people. And it was just sort of like first to 10 wins. So like potentially like 40 matches or something insane. I can't remember. It was something like a shit ton of matches and you had to get X wins first.
Right.
And whoever got X wins first won, basically. And like payout was scaled and stupid shit. But their servers couldn't handle it at all. And people were spawning into death because they would just spawn and like 15 seconds ago somebody headshotted them and finished them off immediately.
Jesus.
And so like the lag was insanely real. People couldn't even like see what was going on. You couldn't see other players sometimes. Like it was just a complete cluster. So what it turned into was like spawn in and hide and just play it as safe as humanly possible. And it was just like for the spectators absolutely miserable because they would spawn in, scatter, and do nothing. And just hide. And like anytime the connection was strong enough to do something, try and do something.
Right.
But yeah, the whole thing was just one massive flop. So it was supposed to be something like 40 matches or something stupid. And they called it after like 5.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, their first tournament held by Epic or sponsored by Epic just completely crashed and burned. And was awful to watch. But honestly, like, a Fortnite tournament is not something that's fun to watch.
No.
Like, you don't watch Fortnite streamers for them playing Fortnite. You watch it because the same reason you watch any neon hair colored crack addict screaming funny things in a microphone.
Actually, it is... Fortnite does come into the equation because other games do come and go, and it is always, the streamer appeal.
That is true.
Fortnite, it as a game itself, actually, the streamer isn't irrelevant, but because it's a game itself, it doesn't matter who the streamer is.
The only reason I've ever watched a Fortnite stream was because we were watching Ninja with Drake.
Yeah.
When we were just like, oh shit, Ninja's with Drake. And so we pulled it up, and he did the most terrifying thing that you could never dream to do on console with his building. And I was just like, oh, now I know that's a thing, and I'm even more discouraged to play this game. But that was cool.
It was cool, yeah.
But I feel like after enough times of watching the same shit, it gets a lot less interesting.
And they're always like, my friends will share clips. I'll see a guy who's streaming, and he's in one spot, and like the rest of the game just converged on where his fort was or whatever, and it was solos, and he kills like 23 people, one after the other.
Jesus Christ.
And he's just constantly like, oh, you want some? Come at it. And he clears like a quarter of the game's worth of players. And it's moments like that where Fortnite is very enjoyable to watch.
I feel like that should have been the winner. I feel like 25-1 KDR.
It was insane.
No. What about the guy that lasted until the end and sniped him?
Yeah, the guy who just like, oh, he'll take care of everything. Just had the reticle on him for the whole 10-minute match. And then after it went down from 3-2, just picked him off.
Yep. That's how that works.
That's how you play.
It's kill steal the game.
That's Rat Fortnite, baby. In other Fortnite news, Chance the Rapper almost made a good point.
Yeah, so like people dance in the real world, and so Fortnite
takes those
Epic
dances.
Games
So
takes
Epic
those
takes
dances.
every like Vine dance, meme dance, everything that like goes viral for a minute that enough people saw it, and they turn it into an emote in the game. And it's actually not Fortnite doing this anymore. It's pretty much every fucking game is doing this. Even Dota has goddamn Running Man fucking emotes for Skeleton King.
No,
Wraith King, apologies.
Yeah, Wraith King.
It makes sense. Not for Dota. That's weird.
It's weird.
For all the other
League
games,
of Legends has a fucking shit ton of them as well.
It makes
sense for League.
Yeah, they're kids.
But Fortnite's been doing it for a while, and they make a lot of them. And
they sell
Chance's
them, and they make
original
money for
point
them.
was, hey, this is cool. I love these. We all love these. I think we should also credit whoever made like them popular. Whoever gave the dance
like
credits.
Backpack Kid should get a
it's
few
called
of
Floss in game, but yeah, Backpack Kid's dance.
He should get a shit ton of money off
that.
Small shit ton of money because they made a lot.
Like the basis of Chance's suggestion but he very much turned into 100% a race thing of, we need to give all the black creators of these dances, like, link their songs to the emote and give them money because they made the dance popular, and fuck everyone else related to these dances who isn't black and or a musical artist.
Yeah, he got weird.
It was like,
it was a good point though.
I would have respected the, hey, we should,
if you
give
tie
some
the
compensation
music
to people that made it able for us to sell these things.
Yeah, if you tie the song to it legally, they have to license the song for use.
Right. Yeah.
And then
they pay the money.
It's not going to go to the artist. It's going to go to their studio, though.
But so that's where it should go anyway.
Because
technically the studio owns it.
If you really want to give them the credit, don't put the music in and just say, "Hey, Migos, you did this thing. We want to put that thing in our game. Here's some money."
Title it Migos.
And then Migos is like, "Sure."
Just like be a first time, just upfront. Hey, we'd like to use your dance. Here's a check, or here's a penny from every time someone buys this $5-10 emote.
Because they make a shit ton of money off of it, and that money just goes straight
Epic
to them.
has actually made more money off of Fortnite than they ever have or ever would have in their entire developing career, and it's been insane.
They're just like, we got this fun game. It's Nazi zombies, but it's a whole game. Also, there's this battle royale mode, and then holy shit,
the battle royale mode was added in after PUBG.
Well, yeah, because PUBG was so popular, and you gotta make money, bro.
Yeah, and then you gotta oh yeah, that was a good idea. We can do that. But we could do that more
But we could do it free to play.
Yeah, we can do free to play,
and with a lot more features,
and we can do it on consoles.
And we won't start with the cars. We'll add them in Season 4, and then perfect them in Season 5.
Fortnite PUBG has been a weird relationship.
It's been weird, but it's been very clear.
I just have to imagine that if you're PUBG
it's like
you're just like, well,
Dota.
We were a good stepping stone, I guess. That'll be our legacy, is we're what made Fortnite possible.
It's
not at all LoL versus Dota, and I'll argue.
I am not arguing that it's not the development. It's more so just the passing of stupid ideas.
I don't think that argument is relevant whatsoever.
I think it's literally just, we have this idea, and then someone came along and was like, this idea is amazing.
Mm-hmm. And
you don't deserve this idea because we can do it better, and then we're going to do it better, and people are going to still like you and still say, well, we did it first, but let's be real, you were just the shoulders that we stepped on to get to the top.
Happening.
And PUBG people are like, we're not even gonna fight that. Yeah.
Well, they did. They tried to sue, and they lost.
Yeah.
Like, wet noodle lawsuit.
Yeah.
It was very flaccid.
Way flaccid. They ain't got shut down.
They barely tried on that one. It was more like somebody had the idea, like, maybe we can sue them, and they're like, shit, I'll fill out the form. And they filled out the form, and they're like, they said no. I'm like, no, we tried.
They're asking for a reason.
What
have we infringed upon?
What did we infringe upon?
Oh, quick, let's sue them in China.
Hey, that's how much. If you have any money, you sue in China because you just buy the officials.
Yeah, no, it's.
And if it's against a Chinese company, don't sue because
don't sue.
You're throwing away.
You are wasting money.
If you are a Chinese,
you can't buy off that official.
If you choose to sue someone, do it in the Chinese court. If you're not doing it in a Chinese court, don't sue anybody outside of China.
If you're a Chinese company, then you win anything that happens in China.
Just hands down.
If you're a Chinese company and you get sued outside of China, you also win.
As long as it's the Chinese court.
You can't. Heroes of the Realm won't get sued here. They win because it just won't happen outside of a Chinese court.
Well, yeah. So you win in that you don't play. You can't lose if you don't play.
It's not that they're not playing. It's that they're on the court and other people won't play because they know they'll lose. Because the judge will see however many shots they take and say, all right, well, they won because obviously I was bought.
Yeah. And you say the judge will see how many shots they take, but literally it's just going to be the Chinese officials going out to the bar.
They walk up. Well, no, they walk up to the line. They do the thing. They throw the ball at the ground. They throw the ball again. And then the match is over. They won.
And that was it. They won. What were we talking about?
Tennis, clearly. We were talking about Fortnite.
Tennis has great ass.
We were talking about Fortnite, but we were going to move off of Fortnite because I don't like to stay on Fortnite too long. No one likes to stay on Fortnite too long. This makes me sad.
Except for people who like to make money.
You mean like Fox and Disney?
Yeah, so Fox was going to... Disney was going to buy Fox, or a good chunk of its stuff. Basically everything that's not news, they were going to pick up. And Comcast, out of like nowhere, right before things were about to close, was like, you forgot about us and how scary we are. And, you know, Disney let them do their little dance. And Comcast today was just like, okay, we're gonna let you have it. And it was like, bullshit. We all know that you just
not compete.
They at best were just like, let's try.
Disney, we're gonna stop providing you internet unless, of course, you give us Fox.
Yeah, they had jack shit. It was purely.
That's when we have Disney internet afterwards.
It was purely a like. They just wanted to make their dicks look big.
DisneyNet pre-filters all the Rapunzel porn for you, so it's actually better.
It's like an elementary school playground, and you got the bully and all the other kids, and one of them just decides, you know what? I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna back down before any punches are thrown. But everybody's gonna talk about me for a really long time because I said that thing and then turned tail. But I'm gonna say that thing so big and so hard, they're gonna forget about the fact that I totally turned tail.
I go out of my way to not talk about Comcast.
I actually kind of forget they're a thing out here.
It's because they're shit.
It's because we have Cox.
Cox is great.
They don't have a monopoly on our city, thank God.
Yeah. Well, you got what? Comcast and Time Warner Cable.
You could have CenturyLink. You could kill yourself and have CenturyLink.
You could kill yourself, but you could have CenturyLink.
You don't have to have Cox cable.
I mean, yeah, if you want cry.
That's what most of Cox's markets are. It's like, you don't have to have us, but the alternative is so miserably horseshit that you're going to have us.
I don't know if we addressed it before, but holy crap, am I glad net neutrality died.
What is that?
Net neutrality?
No, why?
Oh.
Why are you happy about that?
Oh, because the fucking internet was way better before we put it into place a number of years ago, and that what led to all the monopolies and fucking choking of things and whatnot. Without all the restrictions placed on the companies now, they can go back to actually just...
Choking us?
They weren't choking us before. The internet was better before net neutrality. Service and cost. All the services were better, all the packages were better, there was more competition, there was more fucking incentive for people to try and provide that service.
I mean,
there was also less internet.
In terms
there
of
was not less internet.
I want to have access to internet for cheap and for fast. Yes, it was a positive. In basically every other way, it is not inherently a negative, but a inherent potential negative. Of the, like, yeah, services are going to get better now.
That's the doomsayer mentality, and I just can't respect the doomsayer mentality.
I can't respect any company who's like, we're totally not going to do the thing. It's like, yes, you absolutely are. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but this is money, and I can't blame you. Because you're going to get a shit ton of money for doing the thing, but you're going to do the thing.
Was it AT&T that bought out another cell phone company? And when,
every cell phone company's done that. They kill every startup.
Yeah, no, but when it wasn't a startup.
AT&T bought T-Mobile recently, but that was, like, recent.
No, it was, I'm thinking something that, was, 2 months ago, but, some cell phone company bought another cell phone company, and, everyone was, starting to intervene, because, you guys, you can't own this much of... You can't just own this much infrastructure. You honestly can't.
It's less
and it's we can provide cheaper service if we do. Okay, we'll let you do it, but only if you promise you'll provide cheaper service. Within, a week of it happening, they jacked up their prices 20%.
Because they can.
Nice.
Yep.
And that's how that works.
And immediately afterwards, you guys promised, it's in here on the contract, that you wouldn't increase your prices, and what'd you do? Well, you can't sue us for breach of contract. Yeah. We can.
It's just how the businesses work. Oh. You know what makes me sad? Actually sad? We're never going to get that Snyder cut.
All right, so
we knew we weren't. We knew we weren't going to.
I don't think anybody was sitting around thinking, all right, eventually that's get released.
It was like the Clone Wars thing, but this has been the inverse. Everybody had come to peace and knew it was a thing. And Star Wars was like, hey, Clone Wars. And we were like, oh, what a pleasant surprise to wake up to this morning. And the Snyder thing was like, you didn't have to say it.
You really
we knew, but
it would have been on the fucking Blu-ray.
It was kind of a rub-in. Why'd you even bring it up? Why couldn't you just silently ignore it like you did before we came to terms.
Yeah.
So it was just a very much weird thing for Warner Brothers to do.
It's like if it wasn't out on, if there wasn't an extended edition of the Blu-ray released, it wasn't coming.
Yeah, like we've known for a very long time. Basically, since you announced what the Blu-ray would be, we have known and got over it.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I guess fucking almost a year later, it just felt right to, at Comic-Con be like, nah, fuck all
That's
of
not
you.
happening. Go to hell.
Anybody who tried to get in touch with Zack Snyder and get that, you can fuck off, for one.
Oh, he's got it on his,
He has it.
He's got a bunch of flash drives, and he gives them out
He's
to,
gotta
like,
have, like, a...
He has
to
all the
Make-A-Wish.
footage before Whedon stepped in.
He's got, like,
He made
a
a movie
box.
to watch himself.
He's got his own cut.
No, there's a box, and it's just labeled for Make-A-Wish kids, and it's just Snyder cuts on flash drives that immediately erase themselves after being watched once.
Are you sure it doesn't, like, also
shit.
erase all the hardware,
That's
the
evil,
software
bro.
on the kid's, like, life support?
Yes, it also kills the kid.
Yeah, it's like...
It doesn't erase the software, it blows up. It is a literal grenade.
Yeah, like, after the kid's done watching it, it kills the kid so that no one can speak
No,
the
it
truth.
levels the fucking room. Like, nothing is left.
It just... So that the kid can't talk about what the truth of Justice League should have been. So
Life gave me cancer kid wishes, so I gave life cancer grenades.
God.
Goodbye, kids. Also, here's my great movie.
Here's my phenomenal movie. It'll be the last thing you'll ever see. What?
See, it's weird, yeah, because, like, the Make-A-Wish kids, you have to be, like, under, like, 12 or something, so, like, you don't know why this is important, but here you go, and it's like, wait...
And you'll never be able to tell anybody it's important.
I thought you said Batman was going to visit me. No, I said you were going to get the one true version of an artistic masterpiece that was screwed over by corporate greed, and, like, and this 10-year-old kid's just like, what? I just wanted to see Batman.
One of my favorite memes is just that when you thought you were getting better, but then the nurse announced your favorite band visiting the ICU, and it's just like the oh shit. What else do we have going on?
We cleared the docket. So unless you guys want to throw in some ad-libbing.
Oh. If you want to talk... We
We
actually don't have ad-libbing, because this week...
Oh, we got a question.
We got a question! Why
I have to address a viewer before we do this.
Okay.
Actually, this is a bit of a discussion piece for us. Indivisible.
Okay.
Actually got a lot of questions by some of our viewers about what the game was and when it was releasing and stuff. So it was actually really cool that we played that for a bit and got that demo copy. To any listeners of the podcast that don't watch the visual companions, Indivisible is an indie game that will be releasing 2019, I believe, mid-2019.
Yeah, it should be March 2019.
Should be quarter 1, 2019.
Yeah.
It's really, really awesome. I definitely recommend you look it up. Everybody that's seen us play it has loved it.
There's like 7,000 characters.
Oh my god. It's all hand-drawn animation, which is the best thing about it.
It's very beautiful.
Like,
the music's pretty dope. We don't play it, but...
oh my god, it feels phenomenal. Music's great. It's by Lab Zero, which made my favorite fighting game. They have an incredible art style, an incredible team.
Great character design in general. Every character is captivating.
And if you go back and... they had an Indiegogo campaign, and they are like 100% open about everything.
Oh, yeah.
They just, once a week, they practically send out a video of just, this is what we were doing this week. Hey, we filmed a whole bunch of voice lines, and you get to see the entire process of us doing that.
Yeah, though you can still back it.
Yeah, but you don't get all the bonuses.
You don't get all the bonuses, but you can still buy it before it comes out, and help the process chug along, which is really cool. It's been sort of like open crowdsourcing even since the campaign closed to massive success.
Yeah, and I don't know if they might put all the backer upgrades that like they had originally.
They might make it buyable later on, I think.
No, it's going to be pure buyable. It's actually getting a retail release now.
Oh, nice. But yeah, so that's Indivisible. It's great.
And now for the question.
Hey, Disgustingly Wet Boys, Ben here. I just wanted to know, what boss themes do you think have outshone their bosses?
So they're saying what music was better than the boss itself?
Well, wait, themes of music or just like
what boss themes were better than the boss itself?
I'm assuming they mean music.
It's very open-ended.
Well, that's...
Music wasn't my immediate go-to. I was thinking like the mechanics of the fight or just the general like...
Well, that is the
themes.
Or...
So, fuck it. If boss themes, it's whatever you interpreted. Go.
Well, I can't answer it then because every time we've played it, the TV's been muted.
What game?
Indivisible.
Oh.
We've never played it with audio on.
But you liked it.
What boss themes outshone the bosses? Obviously, in terms of music, Soul of Cinder from Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
That track easily surpassed the fight itself.
The boss theme that surpassed the boss, the water...
Any Kingdom Hearts boss?
What is it? The serpent... Hydra in Final Fantasy 15. What's its name? Leviathan.
I didn't play it.
Amazing environment. The level itself that you're fighting in was awesome.
That theme surpasses the boss.
Beautiful. Everything was awesome. The boss itself was gorgeous. The fight was miserable. Absolutely fucking miserable.
Oh god.
It was just a dick slap right in the face.
The playtesters didn't get that far in the game.
Oh man, it was such a bummer. It was a beautiful bummer, but it was such a bummer.
And it didn't. They could have fixed it by doing a couple of things.
Like not just press circle to win.
Yep.
Wait 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Press circle to win.
I've got 2, I think, but that's just because I sat on this one.
Do you have an actual Indivisible related answer?
I don't have an Indivisible related answer.
Yeah, so fuck you, Ben. Sorry, Ben. I would answer, but I think you mean music, but we legitimately have not played.
You know what? For Nick, I'm going to say he really likes all of the...
Yeah, he said his name.
Yeah, his name was Ben. His name is Ben. Nick really likes the entire collection of Undertale. He feels like all the music tracks were better than the bosses.
I didn't play Undertale because there's way too much porn of it made.
Okay.
That's a good reason.
For me, it was Metal Gear Solid 4 when Solid Snake is fighting Liquid Snake on top of the Metal Gear Rex. And they just start doing every single musical theme and it just transitions through.
Yeah, it's like a big medley.
Yeah,
it's dope as hell.
Fucking phenomenal. And then there's also a Stranger... no, it's not a Stranger I Remain. God, it's the fucking Metal Gear Rising Revengeance when you're fighting Armstrong. It's not a soul can't be cut because Jetstream Sam's untouchable.
Okay.
I can't remember what the fuck it's called. I got it on my phone though.
There we go. He's got it on his phone.
Yeah. Metal Gear does an incredible job of outshining its own bosses.
One of the themes that have outshone bosses.
If I want to think of a music where, for me, music was so much better than the actual fight. Yeah, most of, basically like any story relevant Kingdom Hearts fight.
And that's not to say that the fights were bad, because there are very few Kingdom
the music
Hearts,
is too good.
Like bosses that I dislike. The boss could have been great, but the music is spectacular.
That's what Kingdom Hearts does best.
It has to be this way.
Finishing the package with just music that makes everything else that much better.
That said, I'm not looking forward to 3 for the sole bit of I escaped Let It Go 3 years ago, and now I'm going to have to play through it.
Oh yeah.
No.
That's right. They're doing like a Little Mermaid style thing with that, aren't they? It's
and
a musical.
How much do about there's also You've Got a Friend in Me.
There better be You've Got a Friend in Me. What do you...
No.
Don't say that in the same vein, motherfucker. There better be a...
So that'll be in as like the theme in the same way.
Like how much do you think Randy Newman's going to be brought in for that?
Not at all. No, it's just going to be hard instrumental.
Is he dead yet?
No, Let It Go, I think, will actually be a level. Like in the same way the Ariel or the Little Mermaid, you had to play the songs.
Kingdom Hearts 2,
I think Let It Go is going to be a thing.
Okay.
There was hard punish on those.
If you want to talk about a rhythm game that's got hard fucking punishes, we'll talk about American fucking Idol.
Under the sea.
Connor knows about American Idol. Did you play American Idol?
Connor's made it very clear that this is the end of episode 61.
Catch us next time for episode 62, where hopefully Connor doesn't have to think about Let It Go anymore.
But catch you next week. Send us your questions. We're terrible at answering them.
That's MoistyBoiz@gmail.com. Just big old words right here. Just put it right here.